Oh, told Matt I'd make him a quick video of just what I've been practicing for setting a Vulcan gripper. A few things. I know you've been following Adam Glass just with foot positioning and stuff, body movement or gym movement. Me, I find if I lead with my left foot out a bit, I'm better off. Another thing I found is I'm setting a gripper. If I'm on my right, I bury my elbow into my gut. Same thing with my left. I'll bury it in. Don't leave it free floating so it floats around. So once it's set in, get your hand positioning on there. And what you're going to do, once you pull in, what I'll do is just dig with these fingers, first three, and I'll actually be able to use them to pull it in a bit, and I'll just walk my fingers like that to get it down. But rather than trying to push or bind with this hand so much, I'll be using my actual closing hand, because that's actually where I find most of my power is, to be able to close the gripper like that. And then I'll move my first finger, 1, 2, 3, down. And the reason I found that is because I was having a tough time, because I was setting it differently with my left than my right. And I started looking at, and eventually my left hand started catching up to my right. Strength-wise, it wasn't the strength of closing the gripper, it was the strength that being able to set it properly. And I really started looking at how I was setting it different in my right hand versus my left hand. And that's what the difference was. I was sitting there, when I'd be trying to put it in my right hand, I'd be forcing in and trying to push in. Whereas now I don't try and do that so much. I'll hook it right up by the knuckle there, and I'm actually just pushing into my hand at that point. Once again, go and dig in. Use those fingers to sit there and walk and close. Another thing I found, especially with using set blocks or anything like that, to start with, I was keeping the block in my left hand. Just use some bending stock for example, and I'd sit there, I'd set, I'd use it like a dagger, go through. I found out, watching some of Jed's stuff, that's actually taking some of my setting strength away and just lack of concentration. So now I just either set it right down on the ground or on the table, grab it, or I'll just go and just pin it under my chin. But once again, I found, like Matt knows about cocking the wrist and all that kind of stuff, but this hand's basic, just can't push in too far with that hand. But if you just use it, get that first little bit, and use the fingers to get the rest. Find that works about the best. Okay, hope that helps, Matt.